Hello YouTube, so today I have here a cheap Chinese 2-din head unit marked as RK-A702, and I will be checking out the internal amplifier output voltage and the RCA output. RCA is actually right now on the subwoofer output, so we will be checking out that only. Maybe a little bit of the front channels. So first of all, we have for the Hertz 0 dB song, which is the highest possible digital format. And we will be checking out here some adjustments. First, that we have everything on and in flat. We have loudness button here, we can test that out, but we have bass on and everything is on flat. Now just raising the voltage here, volume here, we can see that actually the internal amplifier will go in distortion really fast. This head unit has a maximum volume of 31 and in around 21-ish. 20, probably 20 is okay, because 21, now it's 22, it starts to clip out on the higher side there. And the more we output, it does not go any over from there. So probably the volume of 20 is still okay. 21 goes a little bit of distortion up in there. So at this level, when it's at the 20, we can see that we have only 0.4 volt RMS here. That is really low. So let's start this all over again from the start, from volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now it had 0.2. So at the first like 10 volumes, 11 volumes, it does not really affect on the subwoofer channel, so that's a bummer. And when we raise the volume here from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, everything still looks okay. We are still at the 0.4 volts. Let's go from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, really almost nothing happening on the RCA side. At 20 we have 0.4, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, actually that is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, this is really awkward. So first of all, when we are seeing just a subwoofer channel, at the first from 0 to 12 nothing happens. It actually stays a bit the same, 0.2, 0.16 up to 0.2. So as we can see here, from 0 to like 12 volt, 12 of the volume, nothing happens on the RCA side. Then we raise it up to 25-ish. Then something is happening, like raising voltage really nicely, up to from 21 to 25. It raises from 0.4 to 1.36, and after that, if we just crank it up, it does not change. So the RCA output only goes from like volume of 12 to 25, and nothing happens. Now if we check the outputs of the front end, like a front RCAs here, let's see how they perform. So we are now back at the 0 volume, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As we can see, we are still at the same voltage. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We are gaining a little bit. 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. Oh, so the subwoofer output performs very differently than the RCA, the subwoofer output. From the first like 10 volume, come on, go down. For the first 10 volume, nothing happens on the front end, then it raises with linearity out to the maximum, but the subwoofer side goes from let's say 12 to 25 to minimum to maximum. So the RCA output is just rubbish in this kind of cheap Chinese head units. Now It has loudness function, and we will be just checking it out. Loudness is now on. As we can see, it affects on the RCA side also and the signal side on the internal amplifier. And with the loudness on, we get a perfect nice signal at down to 13 volume. As you can see, our 0 is here, so it's making a lot of positive voltage, too much positive voltage compared to the negative voltage. And actually I can check it from with this oscilloscope. Now let's check the RCA output. So we are now at 20 volume, 19, 18, 17, 16, 17. Around the 17 volume the RCA are still okay, but as you can see, this is just very distorted. Now if I quickly change this here, let's take this lead off, the RCA lead off, and check with this better, with this oscilloscope, the signals from the speaker side, so we can check it out if it is actually okay, or is my unity showing something different. Now I take just these here and connect these to here. With this we can see how much it is over and under the voltage here. Okay, we need to set this to multiplier times 2 or 5. As we can see here, the loudness actually 8 volts. We can lower this down when it's not distorted, like so. We have volt max 4 volts, volt means minus 6 volts, so it goes much under the center of the spectrum here. And as you can see, the downwards the rail voltage clips only at around minus 13 volts, but the upper voltage distorts much sooner. So the output of the internal amplifier is rubbish. It has like a positive of 12 volts and negative of 18 volts or something like this. Actually we can see it from here. The maximum positive signal we can get is around 5 volts, and maximum negative we can get is around 10 volts, 12 volts, 13 volts, around 13 volts. So the output is not balanced. So the RCA output does some wizardry stuff, and the internal amplifier also does not work very nicely. And one thing I noticed here, I'm not actually sure if I can show it on here. If you go in equalizer and do this, as you can see, the equalizer goes nuts, I think, and just changes random values every here and then. So with these kind of volume and whoa, what it did, this kind of behavior of a head unit is very scary for your car. So I don't recommend using of these cheap Chinese head units, or at least not a RKA702. I think this does not have much of a anything here that we can say that what kind of radio this actually is. But if it is a similar one, if we go back in here and go to the settings, no, we should be able to see from here what kind of unit this is. So, no. Well, I'm not too good of using this head unit, so I do not recommend any one of you using this if you are using a high quality speakers or RCAs or amplifiers with this. No, just no, don't do it. Okay, like if you like this, like if you dislike, leave a comment what you think about this head unit. It's okay, it's pretty, but the everything that comes out as a sound is rubbish. So it's a good and a bad in the same way. Maybe if you are using like if this should have a output of video and audio video output like a it has only USB, so it does not have any HDMI output. If it had a HDMI output, you can use a digital analog converter to get the better sound out, but now this is just dead weight. No good. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.